All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. I mean, if you are watching this live now, give us thumbs up because a lot has really gone into this to make this work out. And you can see Olalekon smiling seriously. You can see Adewale smiling beautifully there too, because I mean, we have to just say today nothing will stop us. Welcome to an exclusive interview with Adewale Kayode, the reigning star, the star boy. Yes, that is the star boy that you can see there. Please, once you can join us here now, please share this across, because we are going to be learning from the champion a special secret. They say the story of a man is in his secret. I mean, no, what do you say? The secret of a man, the secret of a man is in his story. All right. So quickly joining me on this edition this evening, depending on where you're watching from, evening in Nigeria, is my good friend Olalekon Adewale. Olalekon Adewale, as you know him, is let me. I want to give him a name, but he may not be the first person doing it. But he's one prominent educator in Nigeria, one tech star that is teaching, giving us information in technology using the indigenous language, Yoruba language. And with us today is the reigning boy, the star boy of education of Nigeria now. That's Adewale Kayode, the current
That boy
2025 finalist
for
of
you.
Global Teacher Prize. Okay, and he's also the recent Ogun State Education Ambassador. Before we get to him, let's quickly hear a word of greeting from my friend Oladekon Adeko. Lekon, in 10 seconds, can you please say a word of greeting, then we delve into the matter here now.
10 seconds. So, good evening, good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. So, just like Okwefa said, a lot has gone into, into having us come online this evening, and it's an exciting one. It's going to be an exciting one with Kaode Adewale on the call. It is night, it is week, it is month, year. Just like he has said, he's the star boy. So we want to just hear one or two things from him. So thank you all for joining us wherever you're joining us from. So let's sit down, relax, and let's have a chat with Kaode Adewale.
All right, just for you to know, this is happening straight from Teacher X, that wonderful group that produces champions. Okay, we are the family of champions. So if you are watching, please call all your friends, all educators that yes, we want to learn again as usual from the reigning guy. Adewale Kayode is here. I mean, he doesn't need any introduction. If you want to know anything about Adewale Kayode now, just go on Google. Okay, you can try it anyway. Go on Google now and type his name, Adewale Kayode, and that will do the introduction for us. Yeah, quickly on you, Adewale Kayode, good evening. How are you this evening?
I'm fine, boss. Good evening, everyone.
I thought you would say that in Ijebu language for us.
Kó fucking sọ níjẹ̀bú máa sọ, mo kí ẹ̀rọ ọ̀gá mi o. Ẹ̀wẹ̀n ògùnàgbòǹgbò rèmi sọ nínú ìgbín ní ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ olùkọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Kí ni ọ̀wẹ̀n ògùnàgbòǹgbò rèmi sọ nínú ìgbín?
I know it's okay. I know it's okay.
Eh?
Adewale,
It's okay,
let
because
us
I want
speak
to
to him.
speak tonight,
He's
not
not from
dreaming
this
that
side. Let's,
I'm not from Ijebu, you know,
let's speak to
and
him.
there's no Abeokuta person here joining. So please pity me. I agree, pity me. You know I'm from you. I agree. So pity me. But this
Uh, Okay, so Mr. Adewale, I guess we are still live now. Maybe you could just say one or two things and just greet us. Can you just greet the people
All right,
that have joined us?
thank you very much. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, dear colleagues that are joining us across the globe, especially our esteemed educators that are joining us in Nigeria here. Of course, my name is Kayode Adewale, and I'm here with my mentors.
all right. I think I wanted to say that Olalikon should continue. Don't worry. Network can be very interesting. No matter what, we remain here. Thank you for the 20 people that have joined. Can you hear me, please? Can someone quickly confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I already took over. I wasn't waiting for you. So Adewale was just saying a word, was just greeting everybody on the line.
All right, all right. So, anyway, you are being greeted. Busayo is saying our star boy. Abelo Idamola is saying well done, sirs. So, Adewale, I can see you're excited tonight. But can you just tell us what you feel now? I mean, being one educator that is most celebrated currently in Nigeria, and I must say in West Africa, because I mean, let me just put it that way. I don't want to explain why, but how do you feel currently?
Well, I feel super excited at the moment. I feel on top of the world. Sometimes when I come online, I will just see news, different news about me. And I was like, even some people that did not know me outside the country will just be sending message, is this you? I was like, is this me all over the news? I feel on top of the world and I feel fulfilled as a teacher.
Honestly, that is the feeling, and you must also know that we can equally relate. Okay, we can equally relate. So let's quickly get into what really is very interesting about you. You know, we had to bring in Olaleko on this, and when we were planning this together, I just was like, okay, no, there is a common factor between the two of you. Why this interview is not about Olaleko, but I just want to strike a beautiful balance here. Sometimes in 2020, I think we were just talking and we just brainstormed that. Wait, I think he told me that he wanted to be doing tech stuff using Yoruba language. If anytime I remember, probably they started this thing around September. Yeah, around September. Yes, around September, I remember. And by the time it was maybe January 2023, September 2022, but I think it was January 2023 or December 2022. December 2022, um, Tech Kabab reached out to Lekon, and his name was everywhere. A tech teacher in Yoruba language for him too. Okay, so you can understand. So Yoruba language, you using Ijebu language. I'm not going to say Ijebu dialect. Okay, to be an insult to the Ijebu people, Ijebu language to teach
Sweet,
No, no,
Yoruba.
no. If you see, you
sweet,
cannot,
To
you
teach
can,
that sweet. Add that sweet. Add that sweet to it. Sweet Ijebu.
okay, sweet Ijebu language. All right,
yes,
it's for
speak
you. Though
Ijebu
Ijebu
language.
guys are ready,
Yes.
so I give.
Mhm.
So, what
Mhm.
inspired the Ijebu thing? You left Yoruba language to Ijebu. What inspired that?
All right, thank you very much, boss. Mr. Adeko, I don't know if you permit me to sing this song for this man. Ìjẹ̀bú àlàrẹ o, Ìjẹ̀bú àlàrẹ ó ti níràn kan ráàfù méjì wọ́n lọ. Ìjẹ̀bú àlàrẹ o, ó ti níràn kan ráàfù méjì wọ́n lọ.
Oh,
Ìjẹ̀bú àlàrẹ o. Yeah, that song simply means there is something in Ìjẹ̀bú that make us outstanding in awe. And if you look at my great mentor here, Mr. Laleko Adieko, the man I can say that's the really person that really inspired me to come into, creating content in Ijebu. He may not know, possibly is hearing this for the first time. In the year 2020, we met in person at OGTV. I've heard a lot about him. I've read much about him and other mentor like Mr. Olasukomi Opefa. So when he started his what is it called? When he started his tech stuff in Yoruba, I was like, this man, people always see that it's like Adewale always follow the footstep of Olaleko Adeko. And I can't go into competition creating content in Yoruba with him. Although there was a scenario that really happened in my classroom that led into creating content in Yoruba. Sorry, creating content in Ijebu. So I was like, there was even a time someone reached out to me that why can't you go and be doing this in Yoruba? I said, of course, I have a lot of people creating content in what is it called in Yoruba, especially in mathematics. But what really led into the one I'm doing for Ijebu language, I'm trying to correct that because it's Ijebu language, not Ijebu dialect. Is as a result of what happened in my classroom. I've always been serving in another staff. Yes, I've always been serving in on the staff community here in Ijebu. Can you hear me, sir? Mr.
Yes,
Adeko,
sir.
can you
You
hear
can go
me?
ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. So I've always been
Yes,
served in
loud and clear.
an underserved community. Yes, I've always been served in an underserved community here in Ijebu. And I know a lot of things that I face if I go into the classroom with these students. Sometimes you come down, you want to explain some concept to them, especially some difficult complex in mathematics. And you take all your time to use the English, explaining, using all the grammar, explaining it, and they will not understand. Until one day when I infuse the local language there, and I got the attention of the whole student in the class. And wow, so that means I can bring in this in. So once this work in my classroom, I just say, okay, since I'm a content creator, let me scale this up to what is it called? To creating content and start sharing it online. And lo and behold, the very first content I created in Jebu got over 100 share within 4 hours. And I say, wow. So definitely people really want a content that can simplify concepts, especially in Ijebu language. Like I told you, that scenario happened in my class. I was trying to teach the student. I don't know. I think it was mensuration on that day, and I was explaining some concept in that place. I was asking them to cite what is it called? Things at homes, things they can see at home that look like a cylinder, and they were like giving me different excuses. Over for almost 10 minutes, I didn't get a good response for them. And one Ijebu boy said, "Sir, ṣé Ladiga mi sọ? Ṣé Ladiga mi sọ?" Ladiga simply means, that's like a rubber paint they normally use to fetch water. And I said, yes, Ladiga mo sọ. Ladiga ready be duromu, ready be korodomu. So that guy now turned up like, wow, yes. So he felt excited that, oh, teacher speaking Ijebu with him for the first time. And about 3 or 4 guys in the class also joined us. These are the set of guys in the class that will never talk, that will never say anything, possibly because of their background or the light. And ever since then, I've always been carrying these guys along anytime I want to do so. And I'll turn the class to another thing. So once I say it in English, I'll just look for some funny language in Ijebu language to put this in. So it got to a time that the Hausa, the what is it called? The student that can speak Hausa and Igbo in the class now said, no, we are not going to take it like that. We want to speak our own language. Okay, let's get into competition. And I don't know if you look at, I created a content, I think sometime around 2023, around November, not quite long after I returned from Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program. It was the scenario that led into that. My students started creating content in Hausa language, and they started creating, I don't know if you noticed that, they created content in Igbo language that called for the attentions of Igbo people. That look at Adewale now, his students have started creating. So I use what I call culturally relevant pedagogy. That is things that these people can see around them. Then the language, the primary language they speak, that will simplify some of those concepts, difficult concepts in mathematics to them.
Wow, that's highly inspiring. I mean, that there was a problem in the classroom. Ordinarily, a student could not understand. The student could not even understand what you're talking about, and your dad decided to use Gorodomo and all these things like that, and it became that. I love the fact that you were able to think outside the box, and I love that part of your story that really resonated the fact that you were solving the problems in the classroom. Now, let's quickly get into this, and then maybe Lekon want to contribute at this particular point where, when he started the Yoruba in tech, people at a particular point that guy, why not speak English now? Why not speak English? Then over the time now you can see that many people have even read his comment now, where people actually felt, so we enjoy it because you are doing like this. Now there's this general thing that if you have not spoken English language, you cannot really pass across any message to people because it's a universal language. You are not marketable yet, and I think you guys are defined that. And Mr. you want to add to that you already defined the odd already in that line.
Yes, Mr. Adewale mentioned something. He said what he's doing, he tagged it one name. He said culturally relevant pedagogy. Is that it? I want to be sure I got that right.
Yes,
so he said culturally relevant pedagogy,
yes.
which is cool, right? Meaning you want to teach these people in the language they understand. Nobody is saying they should not speak. Yeah, nobody is saying they should not learn English. They should not know how to speak very good English. English is a official language in Nigeria. Yes, they need to do that, but we also need to continually improve on our own local language too. let me shock you. I am using my own content on tech in Yoruba to even improve my own Yoruba too, right? Because at times I will want to say something and I will be like, oh, how do I say this in Yoruba? So to me too, it's a learning curve. I'm kind of learning my language at what age? It's something that I should naturally be able to speak fluently. Now I am learning at over 40, and all that. So it's something that we can't just forsake. That's one of those major things that we have, our language, our culture. And if you now bring this and you marry it very well with the content, the mathematics, the physics, chemistry, biology, and all that, the student will be able to relate more with it. Let me ask you this question. When you're sitting down and you're thinking, you think in what language? Maybe you're sleeping or you're just sitting down out. You
Mm.
think in what language? Do you think in English? I don't know for you, but for me, I think like 100% of the time in Yoruba. I'm not even sure I've sat down to think in English before. Or maybe you are even in your dream. I don't know if you've had your dream in English before, but my own dream has always my,
English.
my own dream has always been Yoruba. So I see it's something more relatable. And then it's something I wish that the government would be able to look more into it and kind of promote it. I am not saying that we should now be teaching all subjects in Yoruba, but at least even UNESCO supported it that teaching in local languages has its own advantages and all that. So we can still marry these two together and see how it will help our people. I do get a comment, just like you said, some people will just say, even today, somebody just say, do it in English. I'm like, you can't even say it another way. You're just kind of throwing like a command around. I beg, carry your own camera and do your own thing. This is what I want to do. I create content also in English, but I do like 90% more in Yoruba because I feel people that are commenting and saying, yes, we can see people teaching chemistry, Power BI, Excel, AI in English. They are there. Go on YouTube, you'll see thousands, tens of thousands of people. But they feel that hearing it in their own local language makes more sense to them. They tend to relate more with it and say, this is the person that is teaching us. And finally, at least for now, so that we'll go back to Adewale, if you're learning tech or you're learning mathematics, you're faced with two problems. Number one problem is understanding the language, English, understand what the question is talking about. Number two, the mathematics itself or the technology itself. So you are faced with two problems. So if you now eliminate one problem, which is the language, then the person is left with just one problem. So you've taken away the language issue. Okay, let us solve mathematics now. The person will now focus more on mathematics or tech. So that's just the idea behind it. And I was shocked the first time I saw Adewale's video in Ijebu. Somebody like me now, I watch his video to improve my Ijebu. I'm from Ijebu, but I don't want to speak Ijebu now before Ijebu people start.
It would be so good.
That's the
All right, all right. That's a
idea.
good one there. Thank you, Mr. Lalekon. Mr. Madiwale, let's get into the skill now. So it's beyond the fact that, okay, you taught in Ijebu language. That's not the only thing about you. There are other things you're also doing that I may not really touch. But let's talk to teachers now watching us and other professionals, okay, taking learning. What can you say it really played out for you? Well, you mentioned a place of mentorship where you saw Mr. Lekon and then you were able to stand on his shoulder to also see higher now. You also seen other things. So can you quickly highlight some of the skills that you embraced in the process of becoming this? Maybe your collaborative skill, your communication ability. I mean, any other skill that you actually worked on that today now Adewale is who Adewale is today, a celebrated guy.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, boss. Like you said, and all of you know that I so much cherish mentoring. I've never joked with mentoring in my life, and I think that is the secret around all this thing that is happening to me. Like I told someone, he said I should stop saying this, and I will keep saying this because a story that I read in 2020 inspired me to put more energy into the teaching industry. I was reading Olaleko Adeko's story his profile and profile of Ayodele Odeogbola and yourself, Olasunkemi Okpefa's story. I was reading it as if I wanted to prepare for an examination, because what really inspired me most is that how can a public school teacher, having this rich profile. So I was now looking at it that, can I get into this? What and what did I need to, to meet up with this kind of a standard? And anytime they are doing anything, I started looking at, okay, what are they doing that made them to become an outstanding teacher? I later discovered they use the major skill that we call collaboration skill. So collaboration skill is one of the major things that play out in you guys' profile. And I started using that powers of collaboration. By God's grace, I've collaborated with other teachers in the country, in US, in Moldova, in Egypt, in Dominican Republic, to train over 30,000 teachers in Nigeria. I have the track record of this. And I know there's not some of this training, there is no way I'm going to do this training without not involving these people that I said they are my mentor. They are truly my mentor. Adewale Kayode was the best teacher senior secondary school in 2019 in Ogun State, and I succeeded him in 2020. He was the Martina Teachers of. He was once Martina Teachers of the Year, and I also more or less as I think I got into the stage of becoming the Martina Teachers of the Year, Ogun State champion, and top 10 in 2022. Another thing that played out is that he was the first Ogun State teacher to be selected for Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Program. And I also happen to be the second teacher that got to that stage. And many other awards that he has won, probably as a result of seeing him as a mentor and studying all those things that he has done as a teacher, and as well as collaborating with him, exercise patience to learn from him. Sometimes when he's talking, I dare not to talk because I just want to learn from him. So sometimes when he was talking about, when you are referring to this or Ijebu of a thing, that there is a particular thing that is synonymous with what I'm doing and with what he's doing in terms of Yoruba. And I was like, I'm not fit to be in his feet, but he's showing us the way, that this is the way to go. And we were following the path of Adewale Kayode and people like Olasunkemi Okpefa. So mentoring is the major key. And in addition to that, the collaboration is also one of those things that really play out for me as a teacher.
Wow, that's great. I believe Adewale Kayode said we really be swelling hearing that inadvertently, unknowingly to him, someone has just been at that one corner watching and learning and twisting, and then today now is being celebrated on the global stage. Before we continue, let's quickly read what we have in the comments. Awolaya Banego, press look, she's saying interesting conversation. Omotayo Akintunde is saying kudos, guys, and so many other people. Yes, Omotayo is also saying congratulations to you. Our lady from UK, Ajibola, is laughing at something very special there. Somebody is actually begging you guys, like, do not throw me away with Ijebu language. I don't know what that English language. Okay, Alude Ajibola is saying, well done and congratulations once again. Proud of you. Benga is saying, great job, guys. Professor Bolaji Ogutoye, we are greeting, is saying, shouting big congratulations. Digital entrepreneurship is saying, awesome, congratulations to you. And so many other people that I may not be able to read. Okay, I think I've read almost everybody's comment. So coming back to you again, because you are the star boy here. When you joined Teacher X and we started this program, I want to share this particular story. Okay, Naya is saying, well done, brother. All right. Okay, I'll come and read everybody's comments later. You are saying you are doing great. So let's get to this story of Teacher X. We started this program in Teacher X when we were one teacher, one topic. Reach 100 challenge, where you will do your video, send it to this same YouTube where they are watching us now, and then we'll ask people to share. The first person to get to 100 will be celebrated. Maybe, I think, if you give any gift at all, maybe 2,000 naira or 5,000 naira, 5,000 to the winner, 2,000 to the second position, like that. Something very interestingly small, but it was something that. Then a virtual plaque. I remember you were in the last stage, the last one we ever did, and you came second. Can you tell us your experience? And then, in addition, as you are saying this, because in the next 5 minutes, I think we should round this off now. You also now named Teacher X, okay, Family of Champions. So I want you to marry these stories together and tell us your story, how you started creating content from that platform, one teacher, one topic, and then how you named that same platform the Family of Champions, and how that thing now is reflecting in your own life. Get into the story.
All right, thank you very much. I need to first of all show you this. Do you still remember this? Wow, this
You
is
went to print it.
yes, by God's grace. I took permission from you. I don't know if you could remember that.
Oh,
The
really?
money you
Okay,
the
okay.
money you sent to
And
me, the
let
money
me
you
see Adewale
uh,
wa okay.
the money you sent to me, then I used the money to print this just to let people know. But
Wow.
when I won Ogun State Best Senior Secondary
Wait,
School
Adewale,
Teacher,
wait. Adewale, wait. Just
yeah,
wait. Just hold on. Adewale, just hold on.
okay,
Hold on, hold on.
okay.
Just hold on. Let me change. Ah, it's Lincoln that is taking the stage. I want you to take the stage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to do
And
put you in highlights.
coincidentally,
Yes.
it may amaze you to know that this is my first award in life. I have never received any other award before I was honored as a this is runner up for the first to reach 100. For people that did not know, this is one teacher, one topic that metamorphosed into Teacher X today. Can you see it now?
Wow.
Yes. So that is it. And that is what Families of Champion can do for you. Let's back to the stories of what led into Families of Champion. When I joined Teacher S in 2020, the platform was introduced to me by one of my, I will call him my mentor, uh, Mr. Ademola Adesonya. So when he said, "Oh, there is a platform I want you to join," and he said, one thing about me is that I don't leave platform and I don't reject platform. In as much as it's not taking extra cost for me and it's not taking anything from the highest is that if I don't want to say anything there, I'll just be silent. But I know in one way or the other, from every nonsense they may be saying in one platform, you may want to see one or two senses in what they are saying. And today I want to say it's a pity for those people that left Teacher S platform. Of course, when they said a place is a families of champions, it's like when they say somebody is a good luck and you are saying you don't want good luck. Do you want bad luck? Of course, when you pray for bad luck, you rejected good luck, you will definitely see bad luck. So when they said a platform is a platform what is it called, that has a lot of champions among them, you need to belong to such platform. And that was the reason why I decided not to, what is it called, not to take anything as a joke, anything that comes up on Teacher S platform then. And that day, I was just surprised seeing that for every time they talk about award in Nigeria, you will see one members of Teacher S among them. And even it play out up to this present moment, right from the period of presidential teacher, talking about Montina teacher, talking about every big what is it called, teachers competition in Nigeria, you will see one Teacher X member, featuring on that platform. And that was when I come into conclusion that definitely this is a family of champions. And truly, we are champions. So, Teacher X is a platform that the Almighty God has really used to remold my life as a teacher. Because this is a platform that comprises of, highly dedicated teachers. I could remember those days when we are doing this challenge, first to reach 100 challenge. The first edition was won by a friend of mine that I brought into the platform. Unfortunately, I don't know if she's still there now. Yes, I introduced the Teacher X platform to her then. So when she won the award, I was like, I was the one that brought you. How did you do it? And woman now. So she was just like, I just do it like that. You didn't tell me the secret. Okay. When the second edition started, I was struggling with all these women just to make sure that let me just even have a platform on that stage. Then the second edition did not work out for me. It was all the positions were swept by this young and highly dedicated woman in the teaching industry. So the third edition, I determined that whatever it's going to take, even if it's going to be second runner up, I must take a position here. I started sharing the content everywhere. Lo and behold, when it was almost the time to end the competition, I was praying. I think I used maybe 3 or 4 views to lead the person that is next to me. And it definitely played out. I think I was the first and the last male teacher that won one teacher, what is called first to reach 100 challenge. So these are what Teacher X is all about, and these are what they were known for. And you can imagine a platform that we have people like Olaleko Adeko, Olasunkami Opeifa, Adeola Adefemi, you can just mention the numbers like that. You will know it is truly a families of champions. And by God's grace, this is a platform that the Almighty God has used to remold my life as a teacher. And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate all, especially the convener, the initiator, Olasunkami Opefa, and I pray for more blessing in all ramification for you and every other elders like Olalekan Adeko, others, others people that come together and think we need to have one what is it called one topic,
One teacher, one topic,
one
teacher
topic. That is
X.
their intention there, because they really define what they mean by one teacher, one topic. That is, when I'm speaking here, this should be the same thing they will be talking about in the northern part of the country. There shouldn't be any kind of segregation among the teacher. And once we are doing this, definitely there is no way this will not play out in the learning outcome of our students in Nigeria. And I think I'm going to use this medium to recommend this set of people to Federal Ministry of Education. These are the people that can paddle the canoes of what is it called, the educations in the country. They can tell you what it takes. And I think it really played out in 2020 when I met Olalekan during Ogindigi class. These are the people behind some of those initiatives that really play out in Ogun State, that place Ogun State ahead of other states in the country. So thank you very much, sir.
All right, Mr. Adewale. I mean, I could see the full excitement there. I'm just displaying the comments of people so that, I mean, I don't have any reason to be reading everything. I believe you can see. And then Elder, we just joined and is telling us congratulations. Wow, wow. These are the people that started one teacher, one topic with us from the scratch then when we started. All right, we need to just go because it is night. People just need to go and sleep. But Mr. Adewale, tell us, you are one of the top 50 teachers in the world. As I told people, I said it is a big deal. I mean, I remember when I was on it in 2020. I mean, we were the one set that stayed longest ever in the history. From March till December or so, we were still there, and they were wondering what will become of us. Now, it is your turn. This is where you are now. You are one of the top 50 teachers in the world. Just imagine we have over 2 million registered teachers in Nigeria. I mean, I want to see the big deal, and I want whoever is listening to see the big deal of this. Over 2 million registered teachers in Nigeria, according to TRCN. And going forward, you can imagine how many we have in Ghana, how many we have in entire Africa, how many we have in Asia, and the rest. And then we have to select, and then you are among the top 50. Wow, that's a big one. Congratulations. So, not missing words, what's your hope going forward in this competition? What do you think? What's your aspiration? What do you expect?
Well, by God's grace, like I said, I have.
Say this in like 1 minute, please.
Okay, like 1 minute. So I'm looking forward to get to the top 10, and by God's grace, getting to that stage, becoming the first teachers in the West African to bring that trophy down home to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm so optimistic that this is going to happen, and we shall all celebrate this together by God's grace.
So shall it be, and that will be our own story. It will be my joy that a Nigerian brought it home eventually. I mean, that would just be my own joy there. All right, so quickly moving on now. I still have 1 or 2 questions to still ask you along that. You were celebrated by your governor, our governor. I mean, this man, we need to just look at it, especially His Excellency Dr. Abiodun is doing fantastically well. I remember then in 2020, even though I wasn't a teacher in Ogun State, he heard of my story and he told the commissioner, bring him over. I mean, when the commissioner called me, I remember him telling me that the governor wants to see you. You can imagine, small me. And he has never stopped since 2019 that he has been doing this. Now you are now the ambassador of education in Ogun State. I mean, this is something we cried for. I remember when a star, I mean, what do you call it now? One of these CBP Nigeria or something became education ambassador, and we're like, no, a teacher should make this. And today now, he listened to us and he heard us. You are not just that, you are now a double landlord. You understand what I mean? Not just that, you are more than a millionaire that you were 2-3 days before now. You have added more millions. So what do you want to say to the governor? What do you want to say to other teachers in Ogun State? First to the governor, to the commissioner, and to other teachers as we round off this wonderful show. Hey, I've lost Adewale network. Okay, let me see if any of them is back. Okay, Lekon is back.
I am here. So I was
Okay,
itching to say something
okay,
when he
yeah,
was
you're
talking
back.
about collaboration. So I just want to emphasize that and reiterate it again for the teachers out there. You cannot you can't just do away with collaboration. I think it was Operifa that said this in 2018 that collaboration is the new form of competition. You know, if you believe that you know something and you want to keep it to yourself, maybe that thing that you know is even outdated, maybe that thing that you feel you know and you're guarding jealously is even the wrong thing. So reaching out to other people, learning from other people is the best way to go. Imagine you knowing table two and somebody sitting next to you knows table three and another person is table four, and then you are able to teach yourself. At the end of the day, that means you know table two, table three, table four, instead of you just sticking with table two alone. So collaboration is key. And this is one thing that teachers need to learn from. When you are in the midst of people, try to listen more to them, learn what they are doing, and then you also will continue to pick up from them. 2018, when I met Ofefa, I know many people will probably be thinking maybe we went to the same secondary school or primary school, or we grew up in the same street and all that. We met in 2018, and it was at a competition. When we got there, we clicked like the first day and we were just moving from one place to the other. We forgot totally that we were there for competition. So we're just eating, just having fun here and there. And since then, we've done a whole lot of things together. There were information that he was able to share with me that I didn't know before. I was able to share other information that I had with him too. And that is the goal. That is how it should be. It shouldn't be that, oh, I know something and I want to keep it to myself. I don't want the next person to know. And then it's all about me. It is all about
Um,
our students. It's all about Nigeria. It's all about all the children out there. It's
getting
all
the
about the
result.
world.
Okay, I
Climate
think
change is
Adewale
affecting
is here.
everybody now. So I think Adewale is there. Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, okay. So before we bring in Adewale, like on what you are saying, I remember in 2019 when I was invited for the flag up of the 2019 Maltina. Then I remember telling the audience that this competition that Maltina started, thinking it was competition, it's in the next 10 years, they will realize that it is an opportunity for teachers to collaborate and bring greater teachers out of this country. Now, let's look at this as a prophecy. Maltina actually started in 2015. This is 2025, 10 years after. Collaboration between the two of us has birthed more awarding teachers in this country than any other platform. I can say that with all pride. I mean, tell anybody that I'm bragging. 5 years ago, we started something like on phone. I remember calling you that, Lekon, I have this idea. Can we, Facebook? And then we decided, let's do WhatsApp. And today now, there is no award since then in this country that a teacher member, I mean, Adewale is here now talking about it. I mean, I can remember the story of Adewale just like a baby that we gave birth to, and today now is doing fantastically well. So, but this is all about Adewale again, as we are saying. Adewale, you were on something appreciating the governor for this wonderful gift for you. So you want to quickly pick it up from there. I mean, this is an outstanding governor among all governors in Nigeria. Forget it. I don't care whatever you are saying. Therefore, has done it in a different way for teachers.
Landlord of Kwefa.
What do you think now? Adewale, talk, please. Okay, I think
Okay,
Adewale is having a
Adewale. I,
network problem there.
okay,
I've
we
told
can hear
Adewale
you
that's
now.
your
We can
airphone,
hear
you
you.
know.
Okay. I thought
No,
I had you.
I've told him that
Maybe
that's
you help him appreciate the God.
okay. We can't hear Adewale here anymore. Adewale, please do something about that device or that microphone. Okay. Look, I remember one story on Twitter when I was on top 50 and Ogunlesi, the media essay,
Tolu.
something to, yeah, Tolu Ogunlesi, nominated me for an award of a laptop. This Surface, Microsoft Surface then, Surface or something you call it then. And people came against him, not me actually. How can you call a teacher a global teacher? And he had no laptop, this and that, like that. Okay, Adewale is calling. Maybe he wants to talk through my phone. Mr. Adewale, we are live. Everybody can hear you. Can you go ahead? All
I
right.
can hear you more.
No. Okay, talk.
Yeah. Yes, I want to appreciate, yes, just to appreciate Prince that Abiodun. I have to do that. Like I said, if some of you that are following me, you will see that in my last, in my write-up, I said it was the reward that I got in 2020 that really inspired me to be putting more energy into the teaching. When we are talking about a teacher-friendly governor, I'm not sure there have never been such governor, in fact, in any part of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it's one of the best governor that we've ever had that cares for teachers. As you have rightly said, almost all of us, not even almost of us, the three of us here, we became landlord as a result of this teacher-friendly governor. Can you still hear me, sir?
The past
Yes,
year.
yes, correct. Go ahead.
Yes. I'm a landlord today as a result of what this teacher-friendly government did for us. Mr. Lasso Komekanga is a landlord today in Ogun State as a result of the gift from this man. Same thing to Mr. Adewale, same thing to the Kayode, same thing to the professor, same thing to other people that this man has put a lot of smiles on their face. I didn't expect what I got on that day because I know there is go before that man as a teacher that has made the state proud, and you will not come out smiling. What others were saying is this not going to be an handshake? A friend of mine called me, he said, hope it is not the same party they used to give you. I said, this one is beyond party. When they tell party is an education ambassador, do you know what it means? He said you have made the state proud and you want to give me an appointment that I will never forget in my life. This is something I can never forget in my life. And I know my one generation will always be appreciative of this because this is an office he created on his own. All in the name that he want to motivate teacher. And part of his motivation has been what has been driving us as a teacher, and it has put us up to this level. You can imagine becoming a millionaire overnight. You can imagine becoming the landlord overnight. You can imagine attaining a position that you can never even think you can get to overnight just because you are putting little effort. Because all these things we are doing, I see it as a little effort. There are many other people outside there that are doing better things than what we are doing. But we give God the glory. And on this note, I want to appreciate Prince Dapo Abiodun, MFR, CON, ojúlówó ọmọ bàbá tíṣà gómìnà dáadáa ní gómìnà.
I'll give you time to sing that.
Ó ṣe wá dáadáa, ó wà dáadáa, gómìnà dáadáa ní gómìnà wa. Thank you very much.
All right, Adewale. So, Adewale, just quickly say a word of closing so that we will not need to bring you back on WhatsApp while we are on live program, please. So, quickly say a word of closing to other teachers in 1 minute. Then Leko and I will close this.
Dear colleagues joining us across the globe and especially Nigerian teacher, in 2018 it was the turn of Ayodele Odeobola and it took over. In 2019 it was the turn of Sojime Bowo. In 2020 it was the turn of Olasunkun Opepa. In 2021 it was the turn of Adewale Adefemi and Olusegun. In 2022 it was the turn of it was the turn of Kevin and Dr. Peace. This is the turn of Adewale. We need your support. And if you are still on the team, you will be the next person that will come to the stop finally. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Adewale, thank you so much. I can see through your excitement there. We need to just draw the curtain at this particular point. Mr. Adewale, this is a beautiful night for me. I don't know how you feel. I feel fully fulfilled. Because beyond me now, I can say that I am a fulfilled teacher in this country. If I retire now, maybe I've not even retired, sir. If I retire now as a teacher, I think I feel blessed, right? So what do you think?
I'm happier. I'm happier that I left 2021 and then Adewale Kayode and some other people have been flying the flag really, really high. So I'm always happy having a chat with Adewale. He's always doing one thing or the other any time of the day. And he has a funny way, I said it was a funny way of naming his program, Transformation 1090, or go to space 517.
All those codes.
He's always doing one. Told the essay then that, I'm retiring, I'm taking the service December 2021. She was like, and you people are going, who will now be doing all those things? I said, we have Mr. Adewale there, we have Kayode there, we have other people there, Galil there, okay, and so on and so forth. And today they stepped in and they've even done more than what some of us were able to do then, and that is the joy. So I wish Adewale all the best. Just keep going, and then we'll be here to talk about what you've done and what other teachers are doing as well. So we're always here to support. We'll always be there for you any time of the day. So to teachers out there, please let's keep doing what we're doing. It's not about winning awards. The goal is not to do something just because you want to win an award. The goal is because you want to impact lives. You want to empower your students. You want to make a change in the life of your students. And as you're doing that, everyone will definitely.
All right, everybody is leaving me now. I think I'm the last person here. Network is interesting. I mean, to get here today, we've been battling this for the past how many days now, and we have it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. Over 40 people I've seen join this program. I can't read everybody's comment. From Port Harcourt, they are greeting Adewale. This is Richard Adefokwe. From UK, they are greeting Adewale. Everywhere in Nigeria, Adewale, they are greeting you and telling you congratulations. Eku orire. I can't read everything. I feel fulfilled as a teacher. And I really appreciate God for this privilege to stand in the gap. And then we have so many teachers now doing well. At your turn. Okay. And I would like to close with this. No matter what competition will give you, yes, only collaboration will sustain it. Who are you collaborating with? Who are the people that surround you? Who do you have in the space for you that are encouraging you? On whose shoulder are you kneeling? Where are you learning? Those who think are doing great, one of the secrets, everybody said it today now, is learning from someone. Who are you learning from? Thank you very much. Our conversation continues. If you want to join the Teacher X group, okay, send a message to Adewale, send the message across. Somebody will pick it up and then we'll add you to the Teacher X family of champions. I don't feel like going. Thank you all for joining. We draw the curtain at this point. Bye for now.